Peter, if you see another account like that pop up in panelists, just kill it.
Fade out, yeah.
That was strange. There we go. We'll wait a minute here, Coach, and I'll get you an intro and we'll get this kicked off. You should see coaches probably filtering in the room for the first few minutes after the hour starts. So we'll give it a second here.
Sounds good. How have you been doing?
Doing well.
Busy?
Been busy. Yeah, really busy. Yep.
It's good.
A lot going on right now. I'll tell you what, being able to talk ball is something that's very good for me right now. I think it's saving a lot of coaches out there.
Right.
Help keep our sanity.
Sure. Yeah, I signed up for one later on today.
Who's that?
Alan Hensel.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because I'm going to be coaching some tight ends this year too. So
he does a great job. All right, coaches. Well, we'll get started here. We are excited to have Coach Brett Dietz on today. He is the head football coach at Depauw. I got to know him while he was the offensive coordinator. Those guys have done a great job over there, and we're excited to have him as part of the virtual summit today. Just a reminder, this will go till May 2nd. At that time, access to all the replays will be unavailable unless you have made a donation to Lauren's First and Goal, and you should be able to see that on the registration page when you sign in. Just a great cause out there, Coach Luce's foundation. He runs a camp every year, has about 1,000 attendees, about 300 coaches who are donating their time, college coaches, and they raise about $100,000. So this goes to a good cause and at least helps them a little bit in making up some of that money that they're going to lose because they've had to cancel the camp. So be sure to register for that before this runs out on May 2nd. Again, as I said, we're excited to have Coach Brett Dietz here from Depauw. Coach, I'm going to turn it over to you.
All right. Thanks for having me, Keith. I appreciate it. Listen to a lot of your stuff. Your podcast is one of my morning commute listens. So appreciate you guys having me on. Again, it's a weird time now in today's times, and it's good to talk some football. So I'm glad and prepping for this, I got to come back and look at some of our film, sharing my screen here. Today's presentation is going to be on really play action and how we build our play action and what I believe the philosophy is. We're going to be a balanced offense. We want to be, this is just to kind of give you a little bit of background of myself. I'll kind of do that now. So you know who we are and where we're coming from and how it makes sense for what we're doing. So I played Division III football at Hanover College and was very fortunate enough to have some success there. I played overseas in Finland for a year before coming back to the States, and I got involved with arena football and did that for the better part of 6 or 7 years. And then after I finished in arena football in 2010, I jumped right into coaching, and I was fortunate enough to get my start in full-time coaching at Depauw, and been at Depauw now for 10 seasons. Started off as part-time receivers coach, worked my way up in 2014 when Coach Bill Lynch got here and became, he named me offensive coordinator a year after he'd been there. And then this past year, Coach Lynch retired right at the end of our season, and I just became named head coach right the 1st of January. So in my first year here of being the head coach, but I'm still going to be kind of the head of the offense. Just hired a run game coordinator, a pass game coordinator, but we're all going to kind of build this together. So this is kind of where we're going. We won't stray too much from this coming up, but we're obviously going to adapt some philosophies with 2 new guys joining the offensive staff and excited about expanding our horizons there. So that's kind of where I've been, where we're going. But, we like to describe ourselves as being a spread offense with a hardball mentality. We want to spread formations around, make that defense cover 53 1/3 wide and 100 yards long. So we want to be physical, balanced, and capable of winning any type of football game. What that means is is whether, we're in a dogfight 3-0 in the fourth quarter, or it's 56-55 in the fourth quarter. We want to be able to compete and win either one of those football games. So that's kind of where our offense comes from. We've been very fast-paced, very up-tempo, and we've also slowed it down and gone to the huddle. Really, Coach Lynch taught me it's whatever's going to best fit your entire team, not just your offense. But just so you know what our game goals are, kind of as we're designing an offense, these are not only our game goals for offense, but it's for the whole team. So we believe in a full team game goal system. So starting field position, turnovers, explosive plays we categorize as any pass over 20 yards and any rush over 12 yards. So we're tracking those. How many do we have versus how many do they have? And then possession downs are third and fourth down. So combine the third and fourth down conversion percentage, and whoever wins that for the game kind of wins that game goal. We kind of figured out if we win at least half of those or 3 or 4 of those, we're going to win the football game. So this is what we've identified as markers for us to win football games at Depauw. It's what we practice for, and it's what we design plays for. So we're talking about play action today. I do have a little bit of RPO in there, just as run marries with the pass. But again, when we're designing play actions, what we're talking about today, we're trying to gain explosive plays. And that's really what we're coming from today. So I just put this slide on here just so you know our formational system. This is something that Coach Lynch taught me, and I really like it. It allows us to build our formations. We have a term system, so the first term is going to determine where really 3 of our skill guys go. We'll have a second term or second signal with our formations that change our F. Our F is our move guy. A lot of other offense will call that the H or something like that. But for us, it's the F, and that determines where that person goes. All the W terms go with the formation. The O terms go opposite the formation. So it's where we can get our variability moving our guy. If we have one really good player and we're trying to figure out how to move him around the formation, we'll just make him our F, and we can use these terms to really move him around the formation. And then our third term, if we even have one, will be where our running back goes. If we don't say anything for the back knows he goes opposite, which is a queen formation for us. So we're playing, receivers play same side of the field. They don't switch sides. We're X and Z. They don't flip. They stay on one side of the ball, and that's just so we can play faster in our no huddle stuff. So this is just an example of the first term is Rob, and that tells the X, the Z, and the Y where to go. That's what Rob means. And then our second term is going to move that F. So it could be a tight end if we're in really 11 personnel. Could be a tight end moving all over the place, or the other terms would be maybe a wide receiver. The best thing for this offense is to get a kind of a hybrid guy that can play some tight end but can also play some wide out, and you can really move him all over the field. Sometimes we have that guy, sometimes we don't. We don't want to force that, but only if we have kind of the personnel to do that. Okay, so we'll jump into the film here. And I'd rather show you film than show you a ton of slides, but I do have some slides in here. But the first run we're going to talk about here, and again, we're talking about maximizing play action. And my philosophy there is you got to take your base runs and find out how teams are stopping it, and then design plays based on what they're stopping it. So one of our best plays has been counter. So in a counter scheme, it's a gap scheme. We're blocking down with the offensive line. We're pulling to necessarily kick out there with the guard. Here we get the kick out, and then we're going to pull a second guy. Now we could pull a tackle. We could pull an F coming from the tight end spot, which is what you see there. We could be in a 2-back formation. We could slide our tight end in the backfield, and he could be the second puller from there. But it's really you're getting 2 pullers, kind of basic counter, kick, and then pull out and through. This has been one of our best run plays since for about 7 years since Coach Lynch got here, and we're going to continue to run it. But again, block down, kick out, pull the second guy through, and kind of gash from there, okay? So we can run it in a lot of different formations. Here are the defensive ends. I'm going to wrong arm it. So the second puller's got to read that and go around. The running back, the big coaching point here is you got to stay behind the second puller. So you can see that, and you see the hole right there where he should be hitting. He's a little fast on this one. If he was a little bit more patient, he'd be able to hit that hole a little bit more efficiently. But this has been a really good play for us. So now we'll kind of transition to our play action. And anytime you talk play action, I'm a head coach now, so I need to think more big picture stuff. We need to talk about, hey, how does the play action marry with the pass? Obviously the protection. You got to be running a play action protection that one sells the run, but also is very sound here. So this is probably one of our most complicated protections we have. 26 and 27 is what we call our counter play. And anytime we tag a green color on it, that means it's telling our guys, hey, it's play action here. So, we've run a 3-4, so it's kind of blocked against the 3-4 here. But really, same thing if it's a four-man front. If this is green 26, so it's going to the right, so your left tackle's locked on that end there. Here it's our bull rushing. Your backside guard's going to pull to sell the play action, and your tight end's going to pull to sell the play action. So this is a 6-man protect, really 7-man protection here, where we're going to get the Y out, we're going to get the X out, we're going to get the Z out, but everybody else is blocking there. So the way we run it is the line's blocking back just like they would. So the nose has got to block all the way back to that end. He's got that gap back there. The tailback is actually going to be the helper on that. So even though he would normally run the ball to the right here, once he gets the ball, he's going to start downhill at the A gap, and then he's going to bounce back left and help the center and the left tackle with protection. So anything else, he's going to kind of fit in where he's needed. So he's going to read on the fly where he's fitting in at. Most of the time, he'll fit in between the tackle and the center blocking back. The guard is going to pull like he's going to kick out, but he'll tempo it down to the end to go really pass block that end. And then the important thing here for the F is he's actually reading the guard's block. So if that end stays really tight to the tackle and the guard ends up blocking him right off the tackle's butt there, then the tight end will fit outside right here. If you guys can see my mouse, they'll fit outside of the guard's block. If the end comes screaming upfield and the guard has to pull up and block him more further up there, then he will actually fit inside the guard's block. So he's really reading the guard's block and trying to figure out where he's going to fit in. It's going to look like a jumbled mess, but you want just to have a good clean pocket, but some good misdirection there. And then the main pass we run with this protection, because we found, again, when you're running this, you get a design. So what we found a lot over the past couple of years is to get an extra hat in the box, teams are pulling a backside safety down here to the back, and the backside safety down. If we're running green 27 here, so we're running counter left here, this backside safety is coming downhill to be the extra hitter in the box there. So when we are designing plays and we are trying to figure out, hey, where are we going to hit? How are we going to do these kind of plays? We are really looking to attack where they're bringing that guy. So as this guy comes flying down here, we're trying to attack this coverage. So this would be the line you see here, the main post route there. That's going to be our cover 4 beater. Okay, so as a quarterback fakes it, he's coming out, he's getting eyes on our Yahtzee. We call it Yahtzee because we're rolling the dice here, taking a deep shot, and this is our wide receiver. So the wide receiver is trying to beat the cover 4 safety over top of him to the post there, trying to get in, make a move and go. Again, we're calling this because we see the backside safety coming down for extra run support when they see guard pull and tight end pull. What we found, some teams in our league, this backside safety is cross keying this tight end, the F. So when the F pulls, it's triggering that backside safety down, which is creating a gap here. And we're trying to put our best receiver on a safety who's not necessarily used to covering a best receiver in a man-to-man type of situation. So that's what we're designing here when we're trying to get Yahtzee, because we've identified this backside safety's coming down into the box to help stop the run. The dotted line there is if they roll to a middle of the field closed, so the safety over top of him rolls high, or again, he comes down and backside safety's rolling high. He's not going to run post into a single safety. He's going to read it on the fly, and he's going to hit the seam, and you'll see a clip of that. Our guys on the outside are running mandatory knockdowns. For us, is 14 yards. Turn inside to the quarterback and work back at a 45-degree angle back to about 11 yards there on the sideline. So that's the quarterback's what we would call his check down, because, again, everybody else has got blocking responsibilities. We're getting 3 guys out. you guys have questions here, feel free to stop and put up there in the Q&A. I'm going to kind of check that from time to time as we go here. So, okay, so here's one here. This backside safety's kind of done the work for us. This backside safety's all the way down in the box already. So this is we got backside safety or backside corner locked up here. So we already know that the quarterback always has a good idea that, hey, this backside safety's down. We're going to let our Y go man-to-man here. What we didn't know is that Allegheny was going to double team him, but our faster guy still ran past the double team there. Now this number 13 here is wrong. He should be on a mandatory knockdown. He should not be back there. He should be here on the sidelines. He got confused. He saw press corner, thought he could convert it, which he cannot on this play. Guy at the top is correct. But again, we're trying to create this play action to get guys in the box. You'll see, actually, let me go back. The guy who's wrong in protection here is our tailback. Tailback should be fitting off the right side there. You can see he gets in the way of our second puller, and it looks like a mosh pit in there. Well, that's what we want. We want a mosh pit protection. See our pulling guard will pull up here to block the defensive end. You see our tight end, second puller, he'll pull up inside of the guard here and fit in and get that scraping linebacker right there. Again, the only guy that was wrong there in protection was the tailback. He should be fitting off to the right. So notice our right tackle, his guy takes the B gap. So our tailback should be fitting off 77's butt right there, picking up 31 that comes there late. Okay, here's an example. This is basically an in-game, what I would be looking for here. This is a team we play in our conference at our second back there, our tight end here, pulls. And as I'm in the box, being the old offensive coordinator here, I'm watching where the run support's coming. Backside safety comes down all the way down to the line of scrimmage. That's going to trigger to me that we can run our Yahtzee. Okay, so that happens sometime throughout the game. Backside safety comes down. Again, here's another look. We're running our counter. Backside safety, again, is coming down for run support. Again, I know they rolled a 3 here, but it's, again, where is that extra hitter coming from? Here it's the backside safety coming down for extra run support, which is going to trigger to me, hey, we got to run green 27 Yahtzee here. Okay, so this is the first drive of a play in this game. Knowing they're going to bring backside safety down. Now they fooled me on the coverage a little bit, but we still got the backside safety out of there. They were playing kind of a cloud cover 6 back here. Backside safety went with number 1. We still got a one-on-one matchup, which is what we were looking for. Our fast guy beats their safety, who's not used to covering man-to-man. And we got him there. Okay, it wasn't exactly what we thought from a backside safety. I thought when I called this play, backside safety would come screaming down the box. But again, trying to isolate one-on-one. There we go. There's the look right there. Throw, catch, touchdown. Okay, we can also run this play from split back here. So you can see the second puller is just coming from a different spot. So we try to run this play action from play action and the run from different formations. So we're not running it from the exact same formation every single time. You can see here now we're in split back. We're in 20 personnel instead of 21 personnel, but it's the same thing. Okay, now they roll down. Field safety comes down. Our guy recognizes it. The backside safety, even though he's that deep middle, he still gets influenced by the play action. Now our receiver, Y, is not going to run the post because he reads middle of the field close now. So now he's going to bend it back to his hash. We still score the touchdown. So a great job reading the coverage here by our Y, reading that his safety's coming down. Now he's not going to go post. He's going to stay up the seam. We still got the touchdown. But again, down here, they got 8 guys within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage with the play action, which is what we're trying to do. Here's another in-game scenario for you. Now we're in 21, but I'm watching backside safety here and front side safety. They're both very flat-footed coming downhill. Backside safety is the first guy to make the hit. And I'm also noticing here that the corner's got eyes in his backfield. He's not buried his eyes on the receiver. So whoever your passing game guy is in the box, even though it's a run play, he's got to be watching DBs. Okay, so Worcester's is pretty flat-footed here in the defensive backfield. So again, we're in 20 personnel. There's backside. I got backside safety flat-footed here. Downhill, which I know it's one-on-one with our fastest receiver and their safety. Okay, so we get one-on-one. He gets grabbed. He gets tackled. We don't get the touchdown, but we still get 15-yard penalty out of it. So this backside safety has been making plays about 3, 4, 5 yards down the field. Front side safety's been heavy, not as good as an athlete as our guy. We're trying to isolate that front side safety in a one-on-one situation. Okay, so that was kind of an in-game look at, hey, as I was in the box calling plays, yes, I'm calling counter. I got other eyes on the run play. I'm watching play action. I'm watching shell, who's triggering, who's not. Is the play action there? Because one of our game goals is explosive plays. We're trying to get explosive plays down the field. So one of the best things I like about condensing the formation for this, like a 21 personnel thing, is you can get a lot of guys in the box, which is going to create one-on-ones for you and your receivers on the outside. Okay, so this is just your basic inside zone here. You know, kind of your typical run-of-the-mill inside zone. We won't spend a lot of time on the run. But again, just want to show you where we're coming from an offense. And again, so we're trying, this is play action. Okay, so now this is just a kind of a typical naked here. We've switched up how we've been calling our play actions. We've changed it from an RPO. See, your right tackle's pretty far downfield there. We've switched up how we've taught our play action there. But again, just a simple flat route there by our F, over drag by our tight end, backside safety. So again, it's part of our package. Not everything we do, but again, if you're going to run an inside zone, inside split zone, this is a great play to add to your package. Move the pocket a little bit, loosen up that backside end a little bit as well, and make that backside run protector think what he's going to do. Okay, 21's now down, backside safety's down in the box. So I know to cover this safety, it's either going to have to come, or cover this backside drag, it's going to have to come from the free safety or one of the middle backers. It's probably not going to happen. So that backside number 21 can only cover our flat guy or our over drag. So here he takes the flat guy. There's our over drag right there. Okay, this is, I think we'll get to some more nakeds here in a second, but this is our other play action. If we don't want to naked out, but we want to take a shot down the field off of our inside zone, we'll run this play. We've called this play bow or pogo based on what the formation is. Bow is what we called it this year because it was a part of a different package. Pogo is what we've traditionally called it, just based off Coach Lynch's terminology. I don't have rhyme or reason for why we named that, but you see there green 12. So what green 12 means is we're faking 12. Green means play action. So our line's selling 12. So here, green 12 for us means tight end staying in. So he's part of the zone. So for play action, it's just a slide. So they're all sliding to the right. The F is part of the protection. He's coming backside, making it look like split zone. He's blocking the end off the left side there. Our tailback's not in this protection. He's going to fake. He's going to try to get through the line, and he's going to be flat control to the right. I'm a big believer in you need to try to hit over top of where you're faking. We just interviewed a young man for a job, and he had a lot of his play actions. We were faking to the right, but he's trying to hit down the field to the left, and I just don't believe in that. You got to find out where that support player is coming, who's coming down, and you got to attack that side of the field, and you got to attack that leverage there. So where the quarterback starts here, he's going to start deep to short. So he's going to go deep. So as he's faking, he's looking at the Z. The Z's got two ways of running this route. If we're blocking a lot of safeties from this standpoint, notice the ball is on the left hash. Our Z's cut his split way in from the numbers into the hash, so he can be part of the run blocking here. We'll send our Z a lot to the safety in this formation to block inside zone or counter. He'll come in here and he'll be trying to block what I would call the main support player there, the safety there. Okay, so he's coming in. Let me get this pointer. So is this front side safety here is trying to come down and run support. We're blocking him there with the Z. Okay, so if we're doing that a lot, that game plan, he's going to take the dotted route. He's going to dive into that safety, go by him, and hopefully that corner's not chasing him, and he's going deep over the top. If we're not getting that, we're not in that game plan mode, then he's going to attack the corner's leverage there, and then he's going to go after the corner to run his route. Okay. The X, coming across, he's going to try to run through the feet of where our Z broke it. His ultimate aiming point is 25 yards opposite hash, and the quarterback, he'll be the second read. So the quarterback look at the Z first, way down the field, then he'll work his eyes down to the X on the deep cross, and then if he can't find any one of those, he might have to reset his feet, move around the pocket a little bit, or get it down to the T. But there's no doubt when we call this play, we're looking to hit a home run over the top. So here it is here. Again, my job in the box here, even though I was calling plays, I'm looking at the back end stuff. So as we're playing this team and I'm watching, hey, how are they defending the run? Where are they getting the box here? They're clearly worried about our backside here. So they got the corner down here tight. This corner's would crash sometimes. He's kind of extra run support weak. They got the safety kind of manned up on the X out here one-on-one. But this safety, front side safety, he's not very concerned with who our Z is. You can tell he's very much downhill, flat foot guy. He's very concerned with being that extra hitter there. And all that's doing is putting that front side corner against our best player in a one-on-one situation. He's got a two-way go. He's in on the hash. He can go out. He can go in. We'll typically run out routes out there with him as well. When we go play action, we're looking touchdown here. Okay, so you can see this isn't a traditional path that our Z takes here on a traditional how you would run an Z post up top, but he's attacking leverage. He's attacking the leverage of the corner here. So he burst outside. He's got very much inside leverage. He gets the 25 to turn, so he acts like he's going to turn butt side to that guy, gets the guy to baseball turn. Then at this point, he says, hey, my best line for touchdown here is back up over the top. So once he goes over the top, quarterback knows I got to throw it deeper down the field, not across the field, but definitely deep down. He's going up over the top there. Okay, I would say our X receiver coming across here, number 7, he ends up a little too shallow here. I would like him more aimed where that referee is up top as running through the feet just to get a little bit depth so these backers, as they're retreating on the play action, they can't get to that ball. Back here is trying to leak out in the front side flat, which you can see their end kind of tries to peel with them, but he's trying to get out there any way he can. Again, just full slide up front, pretty aggressive run blocking there, especially from the backside, 72. And then 44F, he's coming across and he's pass blocking that backside end. Hang on, I think I got a couple questions here. First one says, is your Y attacking the safety as if he's blocking and then resumes his route? A lot of safety sees vertical push and don't take respect to play action. That actually has to do with the first play, I believe, the Yahtzee play, going back to the Yahtzee. The Y's not trying to attack that safety in Yahtzee. He's trying to run a one-on-one route on him. He knows that when he's attacking that safety, that he knows that safety isn't seeing play action. He's trying to beat that guy one-on-one. What I'm trying to do with the play action is occupy the backside safety so that I can get my Y one-on-one and all that room to win in, okay? But on Yahtzee, when that Y is attacking that front side safety, we know that safety's playing him man-to-man. He's not being affected by the run play. I'm trying to control the other guys, the backers and the backside safety with the play action. Good question. Another one says, how do you teach the quarterback on Yahtzee footwork and progression? He's basically, I want him to stick it in there and ride it really good. Obviously, it's a little bit harder if he's got to fake to the left and come back right. But he's faking left and he's flipping. He's taking a quick three and hitching. But we want to sell this fake because on Yahtzee, everything's down the field. There's no quick hitters out. We got a full 6-man protection, 3 on each side, so we should be pretty well protected. Quarterback can take good time selling the run and then get a quick 3, hitch up, get his eyes downfield. But his progression on Yahtzee would be the Y, first and foremost, number 1, and then he'd have to check down to the knockdowns on either side, throw it away or run it. But again, we're trying to attack down the field there on Yahtzee. The next question says, is that why you drop the quarterback instead of move with him with the slide because it's a deep play? Is that why you drop the QB instead of move him? Yeah, we don't move him. We just want to fake that on both plays and really get out and go. We're trying to hit deep down there, okay? This play is really just to show you we'll do some motion stuff. We'll do some things just instead of running plain all inside zone. We'll motion guys through. You can see a lot of guys are affected there to run inside zone, so we're just not a stagnant offense. We're going to move guys around and get them in different things. Here's another split zone. We don't got to see that. We can kind of keep moving. We will run some other nakeds here. Here we motion inside. Again, we were motioning this guy to crack that Sam backer, and now we're going to boot naked, and we got 2 corner routes here. We got a post corner there, and then a deep pressure out. Okay, we're running a deep route there instead of a flat because, again, our quarterback's got to fake and then get out deep. This quarterback this year wasn't a great faker, so this isn't a great fake there. But our tight end's taught to kind of chip there. He's going to be flat control, so we're really going to be on 3 different levels here. We have a deep post corner. We have kind of that pressure out, and then we'll have that tight end kind of mirroring with the quarterback, really help block that defensive end. And then he's kind of your flat control there. So that was just a little, not our normal naked, but now we're going to the field and running kind of a flood route there, deep down to short. But again, just not having the same exact nakeds every time. Also on the inside zone. I threw this one in here. This is really one of our RPOs. We kind of put this on. If the quarterback saw all 10 guys at the line of scrimmage, we could hand signal out there. We call this one 13 Coke. So all of our pop series, all of our any soda, Coke, pop, Sprite, any of those drink, beverage categories are RPOs. We called this one Coke. It was a hand signal. We could run fade or slant out there. All the linemen, all the running backs, they think we're running inside zone up front, but we gave the quarterback, hey, if you want a chance to pull this one out, if you see pre-snap coverage where you can throw the slant out there, go ahead and throw it. This was a 4th and 1. Freshman quarterback had the balls to pull it out and throw it, throw the slant for touchdown. So, but again, if you're talking about how to marry the run with the pass, RPO is a part of that. So that's was our goal line play called 13 Coke. Also, I don't really consider the bubbles kind of RPOs, but again, it's how does the run marry with the pass? It's about the quarterback taking the best look. Here we knew this Will was really cheating the play and kind of trying to be an extra hat in the box on read zone. So he pulled himself out here through the bubble. You can see 32 here on the edge of the box. He'll start creeping in here. So this was play 49 of the play. So it's kind of beginning of the second quarter. We had already run this play a lot. We knew 32 was coming way in. So we knew we'd have one-on-one out there. So threw it out there and they had trouble tackling him. But again, we build this in. We don't call these RPOs. It's just built into the offense. Here, this team's got a hard time getting lined up. They're trying to switch safeties at the last second. This is just inside zone. But again, we're just borting out, pulling out, throwing bubble out there, and we're just playing football. So I don't necessarily call these RPOs. It's really pre-snap looks or something we see in the box we're coaching the quarterback on. Hey, next time we run this play, stick it in, yank it out, and throw the bubble. But it's definitely not a post read for us throwing the bubble. It's more of a pre-snap read. Okay, then this is the first year we really kind of dedicated going back to getting under center. Again, we're trying to, hey, how do we maximize our play action looks? And Coach Lynch and I, Lynch is an old school I formation guy. We thought this would really help us kind of getting under center. We think getting under center, running some old I formation stuff or some 12 personnel under center stuff is just going to help us in play action. So again, here's just a look at power, just running old school power. We're arcing the Y here. I'm going to kick out that defensive end and just run an old school power here. This is the Monon Bell game. But getting explosive plays, that's a 13-yard gain on power. Any run for us over 12 yards is an explosive play. So this was a great explosive play for us, just running power right up the gut. We've also run a little pin and pull out of the eye. And what this is, we're trying to, hey, where are they coming with run support here? Okay, so you see this front side safety here comes screaming down once he sees the toss. He's that first person to try to get a hitter on. We could also call snap on this. When we call snap, it's going to tell our Z up top to go block the safety. We didn't call it all the time, but certainly there was times where we called snap and he's going to block the safety. But again, we were a pretty we like to run towards the tight end. Not that we understood that, so we'd still run power weak, toss weak, but there's no question we like to run this stuff to the tight end. So again, this is just pin and pull to the tight end. But again, we're setting up plays on, hey, how are we going to hit downfield in play action? Okay, so here's just an example of our receiver up top. We're in 22 personnel here. He's going to motion in, and he's going to go block safety. Even though, again, we're running power weak, we don't want to, every time we motion in from our Z, to run the ball towards the motion guy. So sometimes we'll motion him in just to run to the weak side. So again, I'm motioning this guy, trying to think linebackers, hey, they're going to run towards the motion, but yet now we're running backside power, picking up the first down there on 4th and 1. But again, we're not afraid to go 22 personnel out in the field. It's not just a goal line thing for us, but really mixing up, running power strong, power weak. We've put it on the quarterback at times to pick and say, hey, which way do you, kind of a check with me at the line of scrimmage to run power check. But a lot of times I was just calling it up in the box based on, hey, what's our tendency, and hey, where's the matchups for us, kind of left versus right. You can see here we're playing Worcester. It's 3rd and 1. They got everybody at the line of scrimmage. I already know we can run play action over the top, whether it's 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, 2nd and 1. I know based on this 22 personnel, how they're lined up, I'm going to get a one-on-one matchup on the outside with one of our best wide receivers in a one-on-one matchup. That's what we're looking for. How do we create one-on-one matchups with our best guys? Okay, so this was a 3rd and 1. Just, again, going power weak. Should have kept it tight there. Kept it in the B gap, but he didn't. So here we are in 21 personnel. I'm pausing it right now. I already know they got, here's the same coverage they were playing beforehand. This is the corner. Backside safety's out of there. Sam's there. Mike's there. Will's there. But their front side safety is only 6 yards off the ball, 7 yards off the ball. He's keying tight end hard. So when he sees tight end go down block, he's filling right now. I've already created a one-on-one matchup. Now, it just so happened that this corner at top had his eyes in the backfield. But again, our guy's not doing anything special. He's just trying to beat that guy one-on-one, not thinking the corner is going to get fooled in the back. That was just a bonus for us that his eyes got fooled. But I think part of it's the under center. He's under center. He's driving it back. When they see under center, they see that quarterback's eyes turn, ball gets extended, backs are coming downhill. Teams these days, I mean, they're all at the line of scrimmage. So there it is. We're going post. 10 should be running that deep cross. He gets a little confused here. He goes too deep. He should be going underneath that corner, trying to get across, really running for that front pylon. So, again, this is that pogo play you saw. So, again, this Z will either attack the corner or the safety based on if we've been calling snap that game or not. Really, he could have dove this one down at the safety because this was a game we were calling snap a lot, but he chose to attack the corner. But ultimately, he won. That's all we care about right there. This is a very extreme case of them being all down at the line of scrimmage there, but you can see that front side safety is very much watching the backfield. He's secondary run support there, and that's where we're trying to decide. Notice we're not trying to fake right and try to hit deep down left. we're play actioning to the right and we're trying to hit down that right side too. What are your key plays in your offense? What are your key offensive plays? What are defenses trying to do to help stop that in the secondary? Where's that run support coming from? And then how are you going to take advantage of that? So again, here it is again. Okay, now we're in 22 personnel, first play of the drive. We're just trying to attack, trying to get some play action, get everybody downhill. See this backside safety 29. He's down at the line of scrimmage. One-on-one matchup. Then you got to complete him. But this is first play of the drive. Play 113, so it's what, third quarter? Middle of the third quarter. Again, 15's trying to attack. They got corners, got eyes in the backfield. He's stumped a little bit. Doesn't get enough back pedal. Gets a little lazy there in his drop, and you attack him. Here it is again. Now, frontside safety is deep, so I thought we may be coming to that over drag. But again, he bites. RZ out here at the bottom of the screen, attacks the corner, pressures him, and he gets tackled. Okay, so we got a 15-yarder out of that one. There comes the flag. So again, we love to hit the deep ball, but we'll take 15-yard play actions too, 15-yard penalties. Again, my X up top in this case is wrong. He should be knifing in underneath this safety because he's got to get to this opposite hash for the quarterback. He tries to go over top that safety. He's wrong. He's got to be coming underneath, running through around this zebra here, trying to hit in this area here. We'll take the penalty. Here it is again. Again, this is a full flow for us. So now we got block down, we got fullback going, but again, it's just a slide. Tailback, got to fake it well. Again, quarterback driving it back from under center. Corner's eyes are in the backfield, different team, same problem. Post over top. Okay, we got a little bit of unbalanced formation this year, so we wanted a two-man play action. So again, we're going to go full flow, play action left, fake and power. We ran power a lot out of this formation. We went overload, and we're running just post, deep corner, almost a sail route there. We just called this one chicken. Quarterback's looking post first. Down to the deep out. He's told me safety. He thought safety was deep, going to take the post. Took the completion. Good completion there. Just designing stuff, faking play action left, trying to attack deep left. Could have thrown that one over the top. We told him that after the series. He really should have been looking deep. Okay. If anybody got any questions here, just drop them in the Q&A. Okay, we will touch a little bit here into some of our RPOs. Again, marrying the run with the pass, play actions. You know, all these RPOs have almost become their own little play action plays as well. Anytime you're sticking it in the belly, you're yanking it out to throw things, that's going to be, play action. So this is a post-snap read, reading this middle backer there. First backer in the box would be this guy here. Right there is the guy we're trying to read. Pull it out and throw it. Okay, we won't get into all the blocking. They're kind of overloaded here to the boundary, which is fine. Again, this is an RPO conference, but again, we're marrying the run with the pass. How are we using this stuff against each other? Okay, this is a same kind of RPO. Most of our RPOs today, this past year, came off the pin and pull. We were doing it with tight ends. We were doing it without tight ends like you see here. But again, reading somebody and then throwing it off the other one. So here, they actually came out and surprised us. This was their opener. They really don't have a guy. These two inside backers are in a stack. So we told them to read the backside stack guy, knowing that the front side guy was going to probably blitz there. That's why he kind of comes unblocked, because this was the opener and we didn't see this defense from them the previous year. But our kids did a good job overall adjusting to it. So, but again, don't want to talk too much. But again, this kind of becomes your play action. Hey, what's your main plays? We'll run our pin and pull without the RPO, but then we also have plays where we're including the RPO in there, pushing a guy wider to throw the ball. This ended up being the main way we ran it. We loved it with the tight ends. So we're just running double slant back here. In fact, our outside guy here is running a drive, 5 up and straight in. But really here, Dennison, this Sam backer jumps out. So we're reading this guy right here and then throwing it off the next guy. And he jumped out. It really became pretty helpful. We really told our quarterbacks here, if the guy you're reading, if he crosses the hash, you're going to pull it and throw it by the time you got to make your decision. Okay, so the teams that we talked to when they ran this RPO stuff, it wasn't as important as necessarily writing the play where he could actually put it in the belly of the running back. So we just told our quarterbacks, hey, if you stick it out, if your read starts to move, you don't have to mesh it. You can always pull it at any time and throw it. So that's why you see it's not a great mesh there. He saw that 18 was moving pretty hard. He pulled it out and threw it. So again, this became explosive plays. This was a 21-yard gain for us, and kind of became an unintentional play action or some of these RPOs. So the way we blocked it, if anybody's curious, we had 2 tight ends here. They were just going to double team the tight end there. So he was going to block down. The first puller out here, he was going to come out and block the alley there, the most dangerous. Our second puller would have been this backside guard. He was blocking here. We're turning somebody loose there, but we're reading that guy right there. Okay, so it's a little bit different than our other pin and pull where it's not an RPO. We're actually blocking both inside guys, and we'll have a lead guy somewhere, shape, or form, but the RPO was a different play, so it was even had a different run game number attached to it. Again, if anybody's interested in more of this stuff, I'll share my email address later on, and you guys feel free to email me and I can share some of this stuff with you. But again, here's another RPO. Now we got a tight end backside, a nub tight end up top, running RPO, reading the mic, throwing it off to Sam. There, the Sam takes the inside slant. Second slant becomes open right there. Our outside guy down here running the drive really was just kind of a safety valve. You see he's not being lazy there. That's kind of how we taught it. We wanted him to be really patient on his drive and be an extra outside window out there, just as an extra safety valve for the quarterback. If he got stuck, he could throw it out there. Our backside tackles there, they're locking more man on. They're attacking that guy more, or he should be. Here he vertical sets, but he should be attacking him a little bit more. So again, he's got to know if it's the RPO versus the regular just pin and pull play where we're definitely handing it off. The other thing we found that's really important when you run this RPO, where you're reading this backside safety, is your tailback's got to be a little bit more patient here. We don't want him to get out in front of that second puller because, again, we're pulling for this guy and we're pulling for this guy right there. And we are reading that guy right there. So, yes, he's got to be patient. We don't want him to get too far out in front of this puller right here, because then this guy we found was making the play too much. He's got to stay a yard behind this second puller, so he had a tempo a little bit more, and trust the quarterback was making the right read on that backer right there. And again, we're turning this safety loose back there. He's got to beat him on the run. So again, quarterback, that guy crossed the line of scrimmage, crossed where the ball is. He's pulling it and throwing it. If he stayed backside, he's handing it off. Okay. Now this is a 21 formation for us, 21 personnel. This is tight end backside, and we actually did something unique here. So we're still reading this guy, from a quarterback's perspective, but yet we're also accounting for him in the run game. So this was kind of an RPO, but it was a bonus because we had him blocked in the run game. So now our lead guy is going to lead out here for the safety or the corner or whoever you want to call him. Both pullers, so to speak, were blocking the two inside backers, still turning this backside guy loose. So actually the guy that we're reading is the guy we've already got accounted for in the run game. So it was kind of a bonus for us in this formation because we had a lead blocker, but we could also, with the two-man side, we thought we could still RPO it. And what we got here is something really good. You can see this Mike slow plays a little bit more, so quarterback handed it off. And we ripped it. Okay, got a gain of about 21 here. So again, explosive play is any run for us over 12. So we're reading that V there. Okay, our two pullers are pulling for the two inside backers. So in this case, we're actually accounting for both inside guys. Again, the way we got to this is we had our normal pin and pull play where there's no RPO. We called that number, but yet we tagged the RPO pass play on it. So that's how we're able to still block both inside guys. We got a lead blocker now that'll lead out there on 25. Our scoop here, the guy, what we call our second puller here, he just doesn't get back there. Our center was a little slow. He was supposed to be our second puller. We didn't want to pull our center, so we just try to scoop it. He kind of became our second puller on the board just because of who that personnel guy was. If this guy was a faster, more agile lineman, we'd actually pull him as well. Again, because of this personnel, we wanted him just to scoot up and go. So became an RPO for us. But this was one of our main, again, run plays. So again, we were trying to say, hey, how do we play action off of it? It really kind of became the RPO. So there again is the outside play. This was just one where we didn't have an RPO. We just tagged it and ran it and went. So I know we're kind of getting up on time here, but let me skip ahead. We had another play action here off of our outside play. This was the slide for it. Just kind of a post wheel with the swing. I mean, we're not the only ones running this now. I felt like we were, I don't want to say, we definitely didn't design it ourselves. We got it. We got it from Wheaton. We got it from Wheaton College and a guy that played for a good friend of mine, Mike Leonard, a guy named Jeremiah Sears, Coach Sears. Josiah Sears is his name. I think he's down at IMG now, but we kind of got it from him and we incorporated it maybe 5-6 years ago now. But it's been really good. So any backflow there, this year we used to run the power read with it. Now we're more pin and pull. But again, we're trying to attack those safeties that are coming down. It's a 5-man protection. It's a post wheel kind of play. We've hit this back a lot. I'll just kind of go through these again.
Yeah, Coach, you just have about a minute left.
Okay.
Sir.
Yeah, our quarterbacks are reading post wheel swing. Again, in certain game plans, we will look at the tight end, but that's only been kind of a recent development. We've been running a lot of post wheel formations for a long time. And again, we're trying to attack the side we're playing on. We think something that's important is this dive post here from the Z, head at that safety, make this corner, make a decision. Is he going to go in with him? Is not. It really helps the quarterback out. But basically your progression is you're looking at the post, you're looking at the wheel, and you're looking at the swing. Whether you incorporate the tight end or not, that's up to you. But most of the time we'll just go post wheel swing. But again, I have more film of this if you guys want to see it. But I appreciate you guys joining us. Again, those were kind of our main base run plays were the counter, the inside zone, and then a little bit of that pin and pull. And then, hey, how are you gonna take advantage of that? Where are they trying to gain guys to the party? And then how are you gonna attack? For us, I really believe that you attack over the side of where you're faking to. Especially if it's that front side safety, backside safety. How are we going to design our best players to get into that area? How are we going to be sound in protection? How are we going to attack it from a pass play? How are we going to teach it from the quarterback's perspective? So that's just how we do it, or how we have been doing it. how we feel like we're going to be pretty sound in the protection, how we're going to get our playmakers to those spots. But again, you can't be successful in play action if you're not successful with the run. So getting a good run game that you're successful in, that is going to set up the passing, the play action parts of it. And it's about having the coach in the box or whoever's helping the play caller look and say, hey, when's the right time to call it? Because it's about timing. It's about knowing when to take advantage of the opportunity, knowing what you're looking for. So you got to coach up whoever's helping you on the back end. Hey, what are they looking for? When is the right time to call it? What are the right situations to call it? And that's something that I've just learned over my 6-7 years calling plays, getting tutored by Coach Bill Lynch, who's a legendary play caller and football coach. And that's what we believe. So appreciate you guys. If you want to email me, my email is Brett Dietz. So you see my name there on the Zoom call, BRETTDIETZ. It's just Brett Dietz @depauw.edu, DEPAUW. Shoot me an email. I'll be sure to share anything we have. If you want to see something specific, if you want to see more of the post wheel swing stuff. Again, this was awesome to kind of do this, to share with you guys. Got me talking football again in this quarantine, going a little stir crazy here with the 3 kids at home, but great talking football, great talking how to design play action plays, getting the ball down the field. So appreciate it, guys. Again, hit me up if you have questions. Good luck to your teams this year, connecting with your players during this uncertain time. I believe we need to keep it positive. We need to keep finding ways for them to connect and kind of be that light in the distance, the light at the end of the tunnel that this stuff will go away. We will be able to resume to hitting and playing football, and we got to be that positive light for them. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Coach, thank you very much for taking the time to sit down and talk today.
Thanks for having me.